My friend, the answer has finally arrived, and it's bigger than you imagine. Just when everyone found out the Raiders were going to be idle, moves and possibilities emerged that could completely transform our roster. A potential trade no one expected, reinforcements that could arrive, and young talent ready to burn in 2025. If you love this season like I do, hold on tight, because what's coming could be the start of an unforgettable season. All offseason, Raiders fans waited, watched, and hoping that the season would bring major reinforcements at cornerback. It's not paranoia, it's reality. Las Vegas has been officially linked to several big names, from Shaquille Griffin to Jalen Ramsey and even Jerry Alexander. But here's the truth, none of them are wearing silver and black. Right now, the Raiders' cornerback roster is more of a question mark than an exclamation point. Claro signed Eric Stokes to a one-year contract and selected Darian Porter in the third round of the draft. But will that be enough to keep up the pressure against the AFC West's firepower? We're talking about facing Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and now Bo Nix, all in divisional games. It's not just about pressure, it's a weekly battleground. Currently, Stokes and Porter are the favorites to start, but let's not forget the rest of the team. Darnay Holmes, Jacorian Bennett, Decamarion Richardson, Sam Webb, and Kai Blue Kelly. Promising names? Maybe. Proven depth? Not even close. And that's what makes this situation so unsettling. There are still veterans available in free agency. Players like Rasul Douglas, Mike Hilton, Stephon Gilmore, Kendall Fuller, and Asante Samuel Jr. Any of them could provide leadership and reliability for a secondary that desperately needs it. So why the delay? Is this a vote of confidence in the young guys? Or are the Raiders just waiting, hoping to get a bargain closer to the season? Because if they enter the regular season without doing anything, it could cost them dearly. The fans know it, the analysts know it, the AFC West offense definitely knows it. And here's a surprise. The front office may not be finished yet, because while the cornerback position isn't in limbo, there's a buzz growing on the offensive side of the ball. A former first-round wide receiver could be on his way to Las Vegas for next to nothing. Raider Nation, pay close attention, because what's unfolding now could be a quiet but powerful game changer for the Raiders offense. The potential arrival of a wide receiver once seen as the heir apparent to A.J. Brown is gaining momentum, and honestly, the price is so low it almost seems unrealistic. We're talking about Treylon Burks, a former first-round pick of the Tennessee Titans, who could be on his way to Las Vegas for next to nothing. Burks was selected in the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft to fill a massive void, replacing A.J. Brown, who had been traded to the Eagles, a thankless task. And since then, the young receiver has struggled with a history of injuries, overwhelming expectations, and a franchise in flux. With just 444 yards in his best season and appearing in just 5 games in 2024 due to knee surgery, his trajectory seemed to be in free fall. But here's the thing, Burks still has talent, he still has power, and above all, he still has potential. That's exactly what makes this trade proposal an intriguing move. According to Corey Woodruff of For the Win, the Raiders could acquire Burks in exchange for a conditional 2026 7th-round pick. Sounds like a joke? It's not. This type of trade could be a typical case of nothing to lose, a lot to gain. And why would the Raiders be interested in taking this step? Because the current situation in the wide receiver group is anything but stable. Jakobi Meyers is the most reliable name in the industry, but he's not exactly a dominant star. After him, the filter is worrying. Trey Tucker, despite showing flashes of interest, has only 2 years in the NFL and has yet to prove he can be the number 2. And the newcomers Jack Beck and Dante Thornton may have a high ceiling, but they are raw bets with no guarantee of immediate delivery. That's where Burks comes in. He may not be a sure thing, but he brings something none of the others possess. First-round pedigree, a dominant physique, and some big game experience, even if only a few. With Geno Smith now under Chip Kelly, the passing attack should be bolder and more dynamic. And if Burks is healthy, he could be the kind of target who flourishes under a new, experimental philosophy, with a quarterback who distributes the ball well and knows how to exploit big plays. Of course, there's one factor that worries him, a big one, his knee. An ACL injury limited him to just 5 games last season. His status for the start of 2025 is still uncertain, but let's be realistic. For a conditional 7th rounder, it's worth the risk. If he doesn't perform, it's worth it. If he does, he could become one of the season's biggest surprises. This potential trade isn't just about depth, it's about shaking up a receiver's room that needs more competitiveness. Burks would arrive hungry to prove he can still be the player many believed he would be. He wouldn't just fight for space. He'd put immediate pressure on the young guys and could even take over a starting spot. And this kind of movement shows that the Raiders front office is still looking for opportunities. Tempo understands that it needs reliable weapons to support Geno Smith and keep the offense flowing consistently. And if Burks arrives, he brings with him something Las Vegas loves: high stakes, low cost, and explosive potential. Now, if you think the movement ends there, think again. Because while the front office looks for ways to improve the offense, an even bigger problem could jeopardize the entire defense. And it's directly linked to the defense defensive line. If this area falters, not even secondary reinforcements or any offense will be enough to sustain tempo. And the next part of this news may involve an unexpected name that's essential to keeping the Raiders competitive in 2025. The Las Vegas Raiders defense has a task in 2025, relieving pressure on the secondary. But with a weak defensive line and only a few flashes of consistency last season, that task has become more difficult. And as CBS Sports' Tyler Sullivan mentioned, there may be help available. Sullivan isn't talking about a mega contract or a star. He's referring to smart reinforcements. Affordable, experienced, famous. One name that keeps resurfacing is Asante Samuel Jr., especially as the Raiders look for ways to improve stability in the secondary. But the key may not be in the backfield. Let's look ahead. Darian Porter is promising, but he's still a third-round pick. The Raiders signed Eric Stokes this offseason, and while he has potential, it's a one-year, $4 million contract. That's not starter money. It's prove-it money. The issue goes deeper than this talent. It's a question of consistency and availability. Raiders fans enjoy being hammered week after week by elite AFC West quarterbacks. And with Mahomes, Herbert, and now Knicks in the same division, Vegas can't afford to gamble on inexperience. That's why the time needs to seriously consider adding depth to the veteran defensive line, because even the best secondary can't hold its own if the quarterback spends all day in the pocket. Eric Stokes is confident. "You're facing someone who's going to give you everything," he said. "I'm a competitor. I hate losing. And I played all 17 games last year. I proved I'm healthy. And that hunger is exactly what the Raiders need most in every part of this defense." Stokes is coaching. Porter is showing potential. But if the front office complements these pieces with a veteran, experienced pass rusher or a steady defender like Samuel Jr., this defense could go from a liability to a surprising strength. With free agents still on the market and roster cuts looming with the opening of training camp, the opportunity is there. Now it's up to Pete Carroll and the Raiders leadership to take the next bold step. Are you confident this young roster will deliver in 2025, or do the Raiders need to act now? Bringing in an experienced cornerback, bolstering the defensive line, and betting on names like Treylon Burks before this season? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I'll be back later to update you with the latest Raiders news.